Hey, hey, hey. Coach Wheeler here, and today's message is about setting some rules, some boundaries, some values that you live by, and why this is really important for your life and the people around you, and why it really benefits them as much as you, and how from this you can gain so much confidence, self-esteem and respect. A lot of times couples, people come to me and say, David, Coach Wheeler, you know, at work, you know, sometimes, or with my partner or my children, I try and do things and they just laugh in my face, or they brush me aside, or I don't seem to get, you know, I try to stand firm and I don't seem to get where I want, you know, and I don't understand. You know, I'm a kind, decent person. I provide for them. I do this. I'm a good worker. I'm a good colleague. I'm a good friend. And I'll be like, okay, that sounds horrible. You know, let's see what we can do to work at that. So I'll say, well, explain to me your sort of values and the codes that you live by. You know, what are your rules for yourself? And do people understand them about you? And they'll be like, well, okay. And they might not have a clear definition of what their values are, their code of ethics, if you like. And the reason this is important is if you don't understand them, no one else will. So it's worth writing down what they are. And if you do know what they are, write them out clearly, but make sure you explain them to other people. And let me give you give us a simple explanation, Coach Wheeler. I'll do that. A simple explanation like timekeeping. Yeah. Let's just say you agree to meet someone and they're always late and they never seem to care. And you're sitting there waiting and you think, I've got my drink, I've got my coffee, it's getting cold. I bought them a coffee. You know, I'm wasting my time. They're 20 minutes, half an hour, 45 minutes late even. And then they turn up, oh, you know me, I'm so sorry, oh, babe, I'll pay for the coffees, this, that, and the other, blah, blah, blah. You're my best friend, da, 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 da. But you kind of feel undervalued. Your self-esteem drops. You think they don't respect me. And they don't. They kind of brush you aside. That's because you haven't been clear on your own values. And let me explain to you. If you agree to meet them at 3:30 and they're not there by 3:40, go, leave. Show them who you are. And they might be upset and it might ruin that day. But you'll say, listen, look, my time is important. I haven't got time to sit around and just wait for you while you're doing your hair or you're on the phone or you're chatting away with someone else. If you respect me or I respect myself, they might not like it in that moment, but they will respect you. And also people around will see that. It will radiate out of you at work, at school, with your teenagers, with your parents, anyone. It's really important with children because when children are growing up, they need to see what people do. They watch. And what can I get away with? What are the rules of life? If you let them get away with it, oh, they're just young. Oh, they're just cheeky. They're just being naughty. Or listen, I had a really tough upbringing. I want to give them everything I can because I had a great life. They deserve everything they can. They do. But when they go out into society, if they don't understand what the rules are and they can just take liberties, they're either going to get themselves into deep trouble or they're just going to be brushed aside by someone else who's a bit more ruthless and who takes advantage of them. Imagine a bit of peer pressure when someone forces them to have sex or take drugs or do some illegal activities and they succumb to that, or they get in with the wrong crowd and they think stealing a car is funny. It's like, what are the consequences? If at home they don't have any, they're going to think they can get away with it in life and they'll get crushed. I've been there. I went to prison. I made mistakes. I did stupid things. I had to learn the hard way. And as a coach, I instill these things with people. And one further thing to really think about is that your self-confidence will go through the roof and your self-esteem. Because people that don't know you will know about you. They'll hear that at work. Colleagues will think, oh, did you hear about that the other day? 5 minutes late and they left. They didn't hang around. They went off and did something else. Oh, that's decent, you know. That's someone we can rely on. That's someone we can trust. That's someone we can respect. And then before you know it, you're getting respect you didn't even know existed. Because you've defined your values, you've defined who you are, your code of conduct. Maybe you're not sure yourself, maybe you're completely sure, but no one else is. The amount of times I sit down with couples and they don't really know each other. So sometimes I have to help them through that and say, okay, well, you do know that they stand by this. Oh, do you? I thought it was just a joke. No, I'm serious about that. Okay, well, I'm down with that. I didn't realise. You know, sometimes it's really simple. Sometimes it's a big issue. There's something, you know, someone smokes or is taking drugs and they really can't handle it. And it's like, look, it's just too much for me. Then you have a really big decision. You know, is this the right person that I'm with? Because if they're going to carry on doing that and you're going to live with that, is that the life you want? You choose your life. You know, sometimes people don't. They just go with the flow. They think being easygoing is the best way. They think that being easygoing and everyone's friend will get them further in life, and it doesn't. You just get washed aside. You have to stand up for yourself. You have to sometimes be strict. You have to sometimes be the bad guy to be the good guy. Does that make sense? And people will respect you. You might then find that you have less friends. You might find that you don't have as many people at work who want to get to know you or are interested in you because they realise they can't take liberties, and that shows that they weren't the right people anyway. Do you understand how powerful that is? It's a superpower. And the amount of times I sit down with clients and I say, define your values, understand the rules you attach to them, live by them with intelligence, kindness, calmness. You don't have to be a bully and go around being mental with a big sign on your chest. These are my rules, respect them or you'll get 10 years in jail. I'm talking about with kindness and empathy. Be a decent person. They'll respect you and your self-esteem will go through the roof. It's really valuable to do that. That's today's message. I hope it helps. Take care of your beautiful selves and each other. I love you all. Peace.